We've looked at how generative AI may be useful to your work and also talked about analyzing its impact on a business. Let's now zoom out and take a look at its impact on job roles across different companies, as well as its impact on different industry sectors. The results from this video may be less directly actionable for a particular business, but maybe this will help you to think through and try to forecast some of the large macro changes that may take place over time. Let's dive in. A study by Ilundu and others at OpenAI and the University of Pennsylvania examined how much different job occupations are exposed to AI augmentation or automation. That study resulted in this graph showing that higher wage jobs tend to be more exposed to AI augmentation or automation than lower wage jobs. In this graph, which is a slightly funny horizontal axis because it's on a log scale, we plot salaries ranging from about 30K up to about 163K like this. And the vertical axis measures the degree to which these jobs are exposed to automation. Earlier waves of automation tended to have lower wage jobs more exposed because AI could do more of the routine repetitive work. So supervised learning, for example, tended to automate more of the lower wage jobs. But large language models and generative AI more broadly are exposing in this wave the higher wage occupations to automation. And we'll say more later this week as well about the impact of generative AI on jobs. Let's look at a second study due to McKinsey, which carries out an analysis by functional role. So this graph plots different functions that tries to estimate how much will sales be impacted, how much will marketing be impacted, how much will customer operations, including customer service, be impacted. The vertical axis here shows the total impact in terms of billions of dollars. And so the points in the upper portion of this graph correspond to the functional roles where the total value of the impact will be large in terms of total number of dollars. The horizontal axis measures the impact as a percentage of the functional spend. So customer operations, according to this study, will have a very large absolute dollar value impact, maybe around $400 billion. I would take the exact numbers not too seriously since these are frankly loose estimates, but the total dollar value seems like it will be large because generative AI is automating or augmenting a lot of customer service. Moreover, as a percentage of all the spending on customer operations, generative AI's impact will be pretty large as well, maybe approaching 40% of the total spend on customer operations. In contrast, it will also have a hundreds of billions of dollars impact on sales, but as a percentage of the total spend on sales, it is much smaller. And the McKinsey study also estimates that these yellow dots shown on top together might represent 75% of the total annual impact of generative AI, and it will be a significant impact. Now, this isn't to say that if you work in some of these other functions, you shouldn't pay attention to generative AI. For example, if you work in the legal function and generative AI will impact 15 to 20% of the functional spend on legal, that's still a significant shift for the industry, even if the total spend on lawyers, on legal services, is not nearly as big as the total spend on sales or marketing or software engineering and so on. But if the McKinsey study is correct, then these are some of the functional roles across many different companies that will have a huge impact through generative AI. Lastly, let's take a look at its estimated impact by industry sector. So McKinsey had carried a study on the potential of AI automation with and without generative AI, and we replotted the McKinsey data to show the impact of generative AI only on automation, leaving out other forms of AI, such as supervised learning. Some of the sectors impacted include educator and workforce training, business and legal professions, STEM professionals, and so on. And one remarkable thing about this data is that there are sectors that were not highly exposed to automation before generative AI, but with the rise of generative AI, is now seeing a much greater potential of automation or augmentation. And so depending on what sector or sectors you either work in or work with, perhaps this type of analysis may give you a sense of what may happen in industries that you touch as well. If you look at the top few lines on this graph, One theme that pervades both this as well as other studies is that it looks like a lot of the impact of generative AI will be on knowledge workers, meaning workers who generate value primarily through their knowledge, including their expertise, their critical thinking, and their interpersonal skills. This is in contrast to, say, workers that create value mainly from performing physical tasks rather than knowledge tasks. This wraps up our section on generative AI and business. There are lots of opportunities for individuals, businesses, and for society. The huge impact of generative AI is also raising questions about how generative AI will affect society, and it's also made some people anxious about what the future will be like for them in a world with these amazing AI capabilities. Let's go on to the next video to examine how AI is impacting society, as well as how we can mitigate risks and how we can build beneficial, responsible AI. I'll see you at the next video.